Hey, oops. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Above Life channel for our Monday video. Sorry. I have this turned the opposite way than I usually do. So the sun is all right here. So I'm like using the natural light. How cool of me to think about that, right? But it's then the background is like all my personal stuff and not like my just my nice plain background. So anyway, and I'm noticing I don't like stuff in the background. That's interesting. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. All right. I might see a crown coming out of my head because I think there's some crowns on the back. Some of my Disney stuff. That's on my bookcase. By the way, if that you're wondering, some of my Disney stuff is on my bookcase. All right. Okay. So, good morning to you. We're going to have a conversation about body talk today. No, I'm not inspired on Above Life channel by Olivia Newton-John, but maybe. Let me hear your body talk, right? Right? Anybody get the reference of the body talk? Okay, anyway, so let me check my sound just to make sure we're good to go here, everybody. And I am going to then start a conversation today. So yesterday, oh good, we're good to go. Yesterday on our Sunday morning coffee podcast, we actually had a conversation about we ended up doing some kind of an energetic thing about the body toward the end a little bit. And so I hope you enjoyed that. It's the last about 8-10 minutes of that video. And it's the Sunday morning coffee from yesterday. And I'm trying to remember what I called it. Don't remember off the top of my head, but it was from yesterday, February 4th. So this is my birthday week, by the way, just so you know, this is my birthday week. And I'm looking forward to celebrating. Some of you might be maybe attending my private group, the Inspiring Psychic Experience, which is on this coming Wednesday, I believe. It is on the 7th of February. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday, right? Today's the 5th. So it'll be Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. You can join that. You can register for that. It is a paid experience, but it's super affordable. You can do that in the link below that will show up during. I wonder if I can just link that now. Let me just see if I can do that. I happen to have my scheduler open because I did make my mentoring with me live to schedule discussion for that. If people are interested in that, schedule a meeting with me to talk about that. So my mentoring is alive. I am just going to grab the link here to the class and I will paste it in the chat if you're interested in joining that. Let me find y'all back. There we go. Hi, nice to see you in the chat. I'm just going to paste this in here. This is how you register. This is how you register for the group for those of you who are in the live stream. And thank you for being here on this Monday in February. Ooh, okay, my friends. And I'm double mic'd today because I want to try to record part of this on my phone so I can have the audio as well, because I'll be utilizing that in some of the things that are coming up for me. I'm in the process of building a website. I'm in the process of creating a monthly email newsletter type of a thing. Not newsletter, it sounds so boring, but connection with you. And so I need some extra content to be able to share that with you for those of you who join that connection, that monthly connection that we'll have, which is nice. I want to have additional information or additional content there, additional things that you can go deeper with instead of just the same old stuff. I want to make sure that it's special for you. So I'm working on that also. And yeah, all sorts of good stuff. So yumminess coming. I'm really enjoying the creative process and I feel like myself. So I'm so happy. happy. I'm so happy for that. Got a busy day today. Got some counseling headed up this afternoon, which I highly recommend counseling. Everybody could use a really good therapist or licensed clinical social worker in my case, and to really just support us to talk through things to help us to help with clarity to bounce back ideas off of. And then that's a lot of what I do in my intuitive life and energy coaching work is that, you know. I really do a lot of that bouncing off of and reflecting and discussing and holding space. And so I got a session for myself today, and I go twice a week, by the way, just so you know. I think it's extremely healthy, and especially after what I've been through, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But it's just a good maintenance thing for everybody, honestly. If your health insurance covers it, do it. Why would you not support yourself? This is a great way to support yourself. And that's what we're talking about this year in 2024. I'm really focusing on empathic energy and the people who are empathic. We're going to talk all sorts of things about energy and energy management this year. We're going to talk a lot about tools, techniques. I'm going to give you some meditations, activations you can do. We're going to have discussion about stuff because life affects you. It definitely affects you. You are a vibrational being. Energy affects you whether you acknowledge it or not, and you are energy. And so the truth is you impact the world. You influence. And you have so much more influence than you know you do. And so my goal is to help you be in alignment, help your energy flow in a healthy and intentional way. And we're going to talk about intuition. We're going to talk about all sorts of things that support you as the beautiful, sensitive heart and soul being that you are this year. And so that's really what I'm dedicated to this year and in devotion of. So today we're going to talk about, we're going to have a body talk conversation. And uh, are we gonna get sensual? Maybe. We might. Although that's very early on in our relationship to get sensual, but we'll have to see how it goes this year. Oh my goodness, how much fun. How much fun can we have? I can share with you about my experience with the connection I've had with my body and the tumultuous relationship we've had. I have tried to break up with my body a few times and it does not work. I'm so in love with my body that I need to really just give her kudos for showing up and being present for me and being so fucking strong, especially saving my life and being an incredible vessel for me to continue on in the work that I get to do here with you. So, we're going to have body talk today. We're going to talk about how your body is impacted by the energy and what you can do about that. And we're not going to just focus on like dis-ease. We will talk about that a bit. I know I have lots of you who have had different kinds of experiences and have been doing a lot of personal healing around the physical body. So maybe recovering from disease like a cancer or are dealing with a like a fibromyalgia scenario or a depression or the myriad of different kinds of things. Maybe it's a health condition like a diabetes or high blood pressure, things like that. Whatever your situation or scenario has been or is, just know that the body is so, so powerful, even though it feels like it's lesser than or weaker at times because of these unique pieces of disconnection that are present. It doesn't mean you give up on your body, and it doesn't mean your body is fighting you. So let's talk about that. Some of the misunderstandings about the body, um, and how we interpret that. Let's have that conversation. I need to get a tissue, you guys. Oh, I get a tissue. It's way over here, and I'm already hooked up. So let me just a second. Let me grab a tissue. I usually have them on my desk. Here, just okay. All right, got it. Woohoo! Sorry. Here we go. I'm so professional. Me and my gray sweatpants. There we go. All right. Hey, it's what my body wants today. So my body gets what she wants because I am in devotion. I am in a relationship with my body that is more profound than it's ever been after the experiences that I've had. And for those of you who don't know, I had open heart surgery in October 2023. Yeah, on Friday the 13th, went in that big 9-hour surgery and was in between the worlds for quite some time during that time. And miraculously, I've survived and I'm now to that place where I am really embracing all this that I've learned and sharing it because it's a lot. And so I know the body is incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, so let's talk about how the misunderstanding of disease or illness in the body. Okay. And that includes things like just fatigue or that naggy shoulder. Like I have a rotator cuff thing in the shoulder or a torn meniscus. Like all of the ailments that I thought I had that were problems are now not such a big problem because, the heart thing, that's a little more like gives you perspective. Let me just say. And so it's not a competition among the ailments in my body, but it's this real understanding of awareness and what the ailments mean. So the misunderstanding of problems in the body or injury in the body is I think a big deal. Okay, so we misunderstand, we misinterpret what that means. It is always an opportunity to love yourself deeper, to love yourself more through compassion. Okay. Anytime you get an illness or an injury, it is an opportunity to connect deeper with yourself, to show up for yourself and be kind to yourself. It shows you, it forces you into listening to your mind, hearing what really those thoughts that you have are. It's not your fault. We're all trained in this pattern, this cycle of how we talk to ourselves, which is so negative. If you talk to your kid like that, oh my gosh, they would be devastated, or a friend, or or a client. The way we talk to ourselves by thinking the thoughts that we think, it is just so sad. And no wonder why our body is so abused by us because we're so critical and so evaluative, and we're taught to be, black and white thinkers and to be decisive and make decisions. And sometimes with that comes this like lack of human kindness, and that's part of what the body needs, and the body runs on that. It holds the container for compassion, and when compassion is not being utilized, it's it dries up. It's sad. It just goes away, and it's like, "Oh my gosh," but you can reboot it at any time. You can turn it back on. You can regenerate that energy of compassion by just doing some things to reconnect with your body in gentle and kind ways. And literally, the cheesy affirmations about how great you are do help. Now, you might not be able to start off with looking in the mirror and saying, I love me. Like the Louise Hayes of the world used to share with us, like how to love your body and heal your body and stuff, and how it used to be like that kind of thing where you just face yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I couldn't do that. For years, there's no way I would have been able to do that, and not because I hated myself, but because I would look in the mirror and then I'd start picking apart myself, and I know everybody does it. You just do, right? Or you avoid the mirrors altogether, right? Or there's always something you wish you could change. My nose is too big, my ears are too small, or whatever it is. I don't know what your thing is, but you know what I'm saying, right? But the cheesy affirmations do help. They're like vitamins that help your spirit to improve the attitude, which is the mind, and then kind of the overcast of what the mind can project onto the body, which really is so detrimental. It's so detrimental. So the body talk does come a lot. The negativity comes from your own mind, and it comes from all the experiences you've had where you've been told, or you've compared yourself to the person in the magazine or on social media and the photoshopped image of the body, or you've been told by your parents, or somebody that said you're getting a little chubby, or oh, so and so is so pretty, that kind of thing. It makes you just start to begin to slowly lose yourself and lose that connection to your body, your beautiful, brilliant body. It is really a gift. So, the misunderstandings of disease or illness in the body is in part something that you never created in the first place. Like, you didn't ask for that, but it gives you an opportunity to reconnect and recommit to yourself in a new way, in a loving way. It is really about compassion. It really, really is about compassion. It is. about compassion for yourself and the way you talk to yourself. It's an opportunity to rebuild. And for me, just in my healing experience, my physical healing experience, I definitely would say that I was very impatient about how slowly it was taking me to heal. I shouldn't say slowly, but I'm so critical, like, even today, like, I'll share this with you. If scars and stuff freak you out, then you might wanna turn away for a bit. Hello in the chat, by the way. I see you guys. I see you in the chat. Nice to see you. But it looks kinda shiny right now because I just put some oils on it, but there's there's definitely there has definitely been a challenging experience with my scar, not from a physical appearance type of a thing, but from how it feels, because there's some bumps here, because there's, again, if this is hard for you at squeamish, then just turn off the volume for, like, 2 minutes, maybe a minute. There's metal that, because I had open heart surgery, so they literally cut open my chest. So to put it back together, there's these big wires and I can feel them. And there's a big lump here and you can kind of go all the way down here and you can feel where they are. And I can feel it. I can feel it. My skin is kind of thin anyway. Like I'm not a bigger person, so my skin is kind of tight here anyway. It just always has been, and so it's very sensitive, and it has been. So um, one of the therapists at cardiac rehab was like, "Well, do some scar massage." She told me that like a month ago. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it is so sensitive." And she said, "Yeah, that's why you have to do it. You have to touch it." And basically, the energy that comes through when I touch it is to give it love, to feel the genuine vulnerability, but also the incredible power and the strength and the ability of my skin to stretch and to grow over the wound that was there. And it's gonna take time. They told me it would take a good at least 6 months for all the bone to actually grow back together, maybe even longer. But and it doesn't hurt inside, I wanna be really clear, it doesn't hurt inside, but it's just my skin is so tender and soft, and that's the top layer. That's the layer that is exposed to the light, to the cold, to touch. So, it the body definitely responds to the way you treat it and to the way you're thinking about it. 'Cause thought is energy, and it's the energy you give to yourself. Thought is the energy you project out into the world. Thought is the energy that eventually can create or manifest your reality in your life. I mean, if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction and all the different kinds of theories and philosophies and practices that are out there about that, the energy really does make an impact. And so your thinking really does. It really does. Mhm. So I'm just feeling my heartbeat right now. I'm gonna invite you to do the same as you are an empath. Feel your heartbeat held in your body. That heart space is like the altar. It really is that beautiful, caring, loving, genuine space that sometimes we feel so vulnerable, we try to hide that heart. We build some walls around it or some shields of protection, but really what we're doing is isolating it into loneliness. This is a time right now where loneliness literally can make you rust. It can cause you to slow down. It can cause your joints to stiffen up. It can cause you a strong, deep sense of grief and loss, which is really about you blocking yourself off from you. It really is. I'm not talking about the person you are and the personality you are and what you've done in your life or not done in your life. I'm not talking about being proud of yourself. I'm talking about feeling yourself, knowing yourself in this compassionate place at the sweetest, most purest form of who you are, which is your heart space. That place is pure. No matter what you've done, no matter what experiences you've had in relationships, maybe you've been a jerk, maybe you've cheated, maybe you've been manipulative, maybe you've had toxic experiences, maybe you've been the toxic person. This isn't about the judgment. This is about the recognition of releasing and dropping all of those masks that you've had, all of those shields of protection, because that's all it is. When somebody's really toxic, it's because they've been hurt. And it doesn't mean you should be with them. It just means it gives you kind of this understanding that it's really not about you, like, you're not deserving to be treated like shit. It's that person and their pain that causes them not to be able to connect with you in the way in which you connect with people. You connect with love, you connect with wholeness, and maybe you've been that person. So it's a great opportunity right here, right now to allow the energy to soften, to be more compassionate with yourself, and to let maybe some forgiveness energy start to kinda come in like the curtains in the room, right? Like, just kind of like the light, sheery curtains. Let forgiveness be like the light, sheery curtains with the window open, and let them flow and move at least. Let that energy wiggle of forgiveness be present with you. Let that forgiveness come and just be present with you. And some people call that grace. There's different layers of the energy of vibration of that, but what it means is healing for yourself. It's really about softening and being compassionate for yourself. It's about love, self-loving, not self-loathing, and it can be really hard when we're so judgmental, so evaluative, and we've heard so many other people's opinions about what we've done or what we haven't done, or within ourselves, "I'm not enough," all of those things. So as you feel your heart space and you allow the curtains in that beautiful room in your heart and the window to be open and the wafting of the light sheery curtains to come flow the energy. So now we're activating or using the energy of air, the element of air, to help just lighten the mood in the heart space just a little bit. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a massive, oh, I need forgiveness, throwing yourself upon the altar and begging for forgiveness from the universe and the past self. It does not have to be dramatic. Okay, please, 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 please. Let's stop with the dramatization and let's just be real in this moment and tender with yourself. Like, dear diary, I love me. I'm not sure how to love me, but I know that I do. I don't know what that means, but I'd like to explore that. And the body is what gives you the space, the safe space to do that. Again, even if there's dis-ease, even if there's something wrong with you physically, you transcend in spirit any of the physical ailments. And in partnership with the body, you can allow the body to still have the most robust, expanded human experience because you came here to have that. You came here to experience things, to have the sensory connections to things, to understand what emotions are and how people interact in relationships. And that's what it's about. It's about the experience and showing up. It's not about isolating yourself or taking yourself out of the participation. I'm like, yeah, button up my shirt again here. There we go. A little chilly in here. There we go. It's not about hiding. It's not about protecting yourself. So I have been reading this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's like a 20-year-old book. It's amazing. It's rock star quality, but it takes a long time to read it. I've been doing it for months, and I think I'm only on chapter 5. I should do something about that here. I should talk about it a little more, but in part of the book, there was this one piece that talked about us loving and how it's not about other people's capacity to love us. It's about the recognition that there already is love within ourselves. And when we meet other people and we have experiences with other people, we learn more about ourselves. And there's this one story that is about Skeleton Woman and how this woman, this fisherman has compassion for her. And then love grows through the compassionate energy. And it's just so beautiful and so just it just really resonates for me with that feeling hollow and feeling not seen and feeling like just a body and not a whole person, body, mind, heart, and soul, and how she came to life because of the compassion of another. And I just, it just feels so, it feels like so much hope and possibility for everyone, quite literally for everyone. And so I think it is a really important time for us to be connected more to our bodies. Mhm. As intuition, as wisdom, as wise woman energy, as the grounded source, not stuck in this human form, but moving with the natural rhythm of life on this linear timeline, the body holding the energy. It gives us so much opportunity for forgiveness, for release, and for expanding and changing our perspectives and our views and for growing. Yeah, body, the body. So let's get in our body, shall we? Okay. So I'm really, really, really feeling drawn to the heart space right now. So I'd like to do a little something, something with the heart and the body. Let's kind of try to connect those two things together. Let's kind of do that today as we're starting off this week. And don't forget, if you want to be in the eve of my birthday, the Inspiring Psychic Experience, make sure you join that. I did put a link in the chat here, and it's also going to be on the description when this video goes live, like, is posted. Because right now we're doing live stream. So, and then don't forget also that my mentoring program is up and available. So if you want to meet with me and chat about that, you can schedule something. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I want to say hello to the chat quick. Gail, oh my gosh, girl, haven't seen you for a long time. Oh my gosh. Yes, I can talk more about the in between. I can do that. On my near death experience. I was dead actually, and it was kind of interesting. It's a very interesting experience I had, yes, and my body and understanding things in such a different way. So I did speak about that in early December of 2023. So there are some videos about that on Above Life channel. So you can check those out. I should probably tag those as near death experience because I think it'd be easier for people to find them. So maybe I'll do that. I'll make a note of that. And yes, I will definitely talk about that again in the future. Oh, it's so interesting. Like fear does not help the body heal. It definitely does not. I'm just going to say that. It's okay, Nancy. Nice to see you. Hi, Kelly. Nice to see you. East Tennessee. Hi, Lisa from Florida. Nice to see you, my friend. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, bypass surgery. You have a husband in the hospital recovering from bypass surgery. Oh, okay. Here's the deal. Tell your husband, make sure your husband goes to cardiac rehab. It's covered a lot by most insurance companies. Go to cardiac rehab because they give you so much information and there's other people that are experiencing the same thing, and there's a lot of stuff that comes up for people after major surgery, especially if it's open heart surgery. You can have so much, like, you have no idea, not just the depression that hits like 2 months after, which it does, and it surprises you because at first you're like all grateful and gratitude, and then all of a sudden you're like, my God, why am I so depressed? Why is life so hard? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do I even deserve to be here? Should I even be here? Maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I should have stayed in the afterlife. I mean, there's all this stuff that comes through. So Make sure your husband goes to cardiac rehab if it's at all possible, okay? Hi, UK. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in, KB. KB. Okay. All right. So I need to record since I've been talking this whole time and I did not record. Just a minute here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let us record. So we're gonna do a little something, something for y'all. This will give you a little flavor too. So, like, when I do my mentoring work with people, um, I have it set up so, like, the first month that I do mentoring, it's like a flat rate, like, no matter, like, what we're doing, because we meet for, like, I don't know if it's 80 or 90 minutes to, like, create the mentoring plan. This is after the initial discussion to decide if you want it if mentoring is a fit or not, and if it is, then we schedule something to meet, to talk about, and to go through the whole plan development for creating your mentoring plan, your personal mentoring plan, because it's individualized. There's no canned shit here, okay? It's personal. It's personal. And so then I write up all the stuff that we talked about, then we have this agreement, and then we move ahead with that. But the first month we do that, and you get to come to my inspiring psychic experience as my guest, included in the hey, thanks for signing up. And I want to start you off on a good note here and good foot. And it's not just hard work, it's expanded and interesting and curious and fun too. So we start like that. And then during that first session where we create the plan session, we're going to do some energy activation stuff and I'm going to record it. It might end up being kind of a meditation, it might just be an activation, but I'm going to record it and it's going to be personal to the person. So I'm going to record it during that first session. At the end of our first session, I'm going to record that and it's going to be a keeping to keep on the path, okay? To keep the path clear meditation or audio activation, keeping the path clear so that then when you step into the rest of the program that you've created or you step into the next session, you have this audio that you can go back and listen to over and over and over again if you forget how you felt in that moment, what the intentions were for you, what the major obstacles or challenges felt like, and how we're going to clear those and all that stuff. So we're going to have a keep the path clear meditation that we create in that first one, and you get to keep it. It's just yours. It's personal for you. So I'm like really excited about that. I think that's awesome. So right now we're going to kind of do something kind of like that, but I'm going to tap into the energy of the group as a whole because as an intuitive life and energy coach, I read your energy. I mean, like, I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound creepy. I read the energy. I read the room. We'll say it that way. Okay. So we're going to do that right now. And we're going to do a sweet, sweet connection between the heart and the body. Because on this body talk conversation, it really feels like the body is like, hey, we already talked a lot about the mind and the thoughts and things like that. So we gave you that info. And that is the body actually talking, or is the brain telling the body, trying to tell the body what to do? And it seems like the body wants to ally with the heart. So we're going to introduce that together today. That sounds good, huh? Who knew Above Life channel could be so awesome? Okay. So let me just connect myself. Put this right here. Actually, let's move this over. Hang on with me just a second. I'm going to record this. This will be good for the email list too, to have just the audio of it. Ooh, maybe I'll just hold it. Yeah, sometimes I like to hold it. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Yesterday, at the last 8 to 10 minutes of the Sunday morning coffee, it was a body to body. It was an energy body and human body connection thing. It was awesome, you guys. I told you in the 2024 things empaths need to know. I told you in that video last month, I told you that one of the big things was the key was going to be the body. And so we got to start off by really understanding what that means and what that means for you versus what it means for me. It's going to be different. And that's okay. Different is just different. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not better than or less than. It's just different. It's okay. Hey, 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 girl. Hey, let's start. Okay. So we're going to do kind of a meditation activation. If you're driving, you might not want to listen to this. Not that I think I'm all that and a bag of chips, but it could impact you just a titch. You might want to come back and listen to it more deeply, maybe at night before you go to bed or, whatever your vibe is. All right, we're going to begin with this connection between the body and the heart. These two allies. This has been inspired by the video from Above Life channel here on February 5th, 2023. If you want additional kind of background about this and the inspiration for this activation and meditation, you can go visit Above Life channel on YouTube and you can watch that February 5th Monday morning video about body talk. All right. So I invite you to feel into the time that is now, to this moment. Feel in. Give yourself a moment to kind of take in your surroundings and acknowledge your body in relation to the space that you're in. If you're sitting in your office, if you're sitting in your living room, if you're standing in the kitchen, packing lunches, take a moment to notice the difference between you in your body and you in the energy of the environment you're in. Mhm. Do you feel the difference there? You as the energy epicenter, as the silo, and the rest of the animals on the farm in the environment that you're in. There's a difference there. So let's draw your attention to the body, to that silo energy. Again, literally imagine driving down a country road and past an old farmhouse and notice the silo strong, standing tall, just very centered. It's just so the word that keeps coming up is strength, strong. So, as you are naturally breathing, give yourself permission to soften your body, to exhale, to just breathe out, to release anything that might be stuck in the throat or the chest. Oftentimes, we'll hold our energy and our air up in the top of the throat or the top of the chest. So, exhale out, just exhale out. And when you do that, it forces you to take a nice breath in. And when you breathe in, you're actually breathing in from that solar plexus, from that belly button. So it's bringing that light mixed with air into the body. You feel that? That sweet connection joining in the heart space. So as you are naturally breathing, softening the shoulders, giving your physical body permission to just get soft, body, get soft shoulders. You might actually want to rub your shoulders a little bit, just soften them, or you might want to squeeze them up to your ears and then squeeze, 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 tight, 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 and then just drop them down. Might want to wiggle the body a little bit. Soften that energy at the base of the spine, at the tailbone, because that's where your rich red root chakra is. And it is very strong and steadfast, trying to keep you in that siloed energy of strength. And so we do want to have a little flexibility here. So let's wiggle that booty. Seriously, if you're sitting on a chair, wiggle that booty. If you're standing, making the eggs, wiggle that booty just a little bit to soften and loosen up the energy so it's flowing down, because we want the energy to come out the tailbone when we're connecting into the body, your beautiful body, your sacred body. Oh, yes, this is your vessel, your vehicle. I don't know if you're driving a 1995 Toyota or if you're driving a beautiful Bentley. or maybe a cool truck or a Jeep or a Subaru. Relaxing the energy as it flows naturally and effortlessly through the body. Beautiful. It is really this simple. It is really this simple. So now with intention, let's focus on the heart space. And if you want to, you can close your eyes, you can soften your eyes, you can light a little white candle and just kind of look into it. If you just want something to focus on, or if you have a crystal or a cup of water, just look at the water. Or look down at your feet. If you're sitting in your cubicle, just look down at your feet. Soften the breath, soften the body. Breathe how it's comfortable for you. I know it's cold and flu season. Some people are going to have those sniffles. It's okay. Don't focus on what you're not and what you can't. Acknowledge the way you are showing up right now, exactly as you are, as you're breathing in and exhaling out. The intention here is to connect, to ally the heart and the body. So if you're comfortable, you can put your hand on your heart. I know that seems weird sometimes, doesn't it? I'm just going to be honest with y'all because I always am anyway. But I'm going to say I used to feel weird holding my heart. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, it is the sweetest gift. And the fact that I can feel it and hear it beating very loudly because I got this little artificial valve thing, it's a thing for me. But I kind of feel like right below the throat chakra is a good place, and on the collarbone, if you kind of put the pointer finger or the middle finger and the thumb on the collarbones, it seems like such a good resting place. Just that, even you don't have to rest your whole hand. You can just rest a f- that finger, that little pointer finger, and that thumb on the collarbone, right underneath the throat. Then you're right at the top of the heart. You're kind of holding a little halo there, a little circle there. And as you breathe in and exhale out, you're part of the flow. Your hand is part of the connection and the contact with that heart space. And your hand touching your body, it naturally warms up a little activation there. And it balances the meridians across the shoulder blades, shoring you up strength. Again, the word strong and strength keeps coming up here. This is part of the alchemy. This is part of the medicine that you're receiving today. Maybe you haven't been feeling so strong. You haven't been feeling so motivated lately. Or maybe you haven't felt your courage. Maybe there's something you got to be doing that you're not doing and you're just not sure how to do it. With the hand on the collarbone, just above that heart space, or the hand resting on the heart, bringing the heart into alignment with the strength and integrity, that energy of your life force energy that exists within you. As you breathe in and exhale out, feeling the sweet, sweet energy of your home base, of the heart space, the room of your heart that lives within your body. If the body is your home, the heart has a beautiful room, a gorgeous room with great views, expanded views, probably of the ocean, or maybe the mountains, or maybe both. Bringing everything into unique perspective and full view and softening the energy of rigidity, of lack, of scarcity, and bringing you more into alignment with that water element, that flow of emotion that is hopeful and positive and inspiring to you. And acknowledging if there is emotions, if there are emotions that are there, that are slower to move, that are heavier, that are just too much for you to lift. It's okay. It is okay right now to let them be. Let them be. You are not your emotion. You are the body that is strong and holding space for emotion that comes for a visit, like a house guest, and it doesn't stay. It moves on. There's no judgment here. There just is. Emotion is information. Emotion, like the water, flows and moves if we allow it to. You don't have to figure it out with your brain or work through things or overthink about it. That doesn't help because the water just flows. The emotion doesn't have to become the thought, and the thought does not have to be transmuted into an emotion. And the body holds the space sacred for the heart. The body ensures the integrity of the structure for which the heart exists. And the empathic intuition that bonds the body and the heart is transcendent. It is beyond this world. It is hard to describe because it is one that has been anointed by your spirit. The heart and the body chosen, united, brought into union by your spirit. And that is something that you cannot kill, that you cannot harm, that you cannot have power over, because your spirit will reign and your spirit will rejuvenate, recharge, and honor your energy always and in all ways. The beautiful body, the home of the heart. And in turn, the heart brings a rhythm to the body that reminds it of its capacity, of the sheer pleasure of life, of the miraculous nature of the human body, totally unexplainable when it's mixed with the alchemy of the spirit. And the freedom of the emotions is part of this experience. The freedom to let the emotions flow and move. You are safe here in your body. In fact, this is the safest place for your tender heart and your sweet soul. Make it the most beautiful, loving, honoring relationship that you can. Feeling the heartbeat in the body, honoring the energetic connection between the heart and the body, here and now. Nice breath in and exhale out. Honoring all four aspects of who you are: body, mind, heart, and soul. Body, mind, heart, and spirit. All right. Give yourself some opportunity to come back into the body if you felt very relaxed. If you're still feeling the alchemy of the medicine that came in uniquely for you, just give yourself some time to kind of feel the body. I suggest you move or wiggle a bit. Let the energy move up and down the spine. One of the things that I like to do is if I'm just have stocking feet on, I rub my feet against the carpet or the earth, or bare feet. I tap my feet on the earth to bring the energy into my body, into full awareness of the time that is now, into the person that I am here and now, into the expression of my physical and my human form that I am here and now. so that you're in complete alignment. You got that? Great. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on our Monday video chat here on Above Life channel. This has been about the body talk today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, please make sure if you want to get into that group this week, it's on the 7th. It's not too late to join. If you have any kind of problems trying to click the link or anything like that, send an email to me at abovelifechannel@gmail.com and I'll take care of it for you. Woo! And I can't wait to see if people are interested in the mentorship. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. Yeah, that'll be great. And then the follow-up, I had a couple of requests for some channeling, so I'll have to get back to you. I haven't got back to you yet. So if you haven't received an email from me yet, don't freak out. I will get back to you when I'm able to. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you in the chat. I hope you have a great day. I hope I've inspired your spirit and filled you with some hope today and encourage you, as always, to live your life. This is your life, it's yours. You get to decide how to live it, but just live it. Thanks for being here.